evidence Assange has. Let's take a look. I have identified, and I've even talked to this audience, I've never seen any one person face as much in terms of attacks as you have. You have a media that's hostile, you have Democrats that are hostile, you have Republicans that are hostile, a lot of deep state that has been leaking on you. And one of the things that has come up almost throughout your whole presidency is this Russia obsession. Here's my question. I interviewed Julian Assange 5 times. I've talked to him other times. He has said it's not Russia. There was no collusion. It didn't come, the DNC emails did not come from them. Congressman Dana Rohrabacher met with him, and he says he has proof positive evidence that would show the Trump campaign never colluded with Russia. He just is it in the best interest of the country that if he has that information that he should give it? It seems, I'm guessing here, he wants in return to be left alone. Does the country deserve to know the truth if he has that?
The country has to know the truth, and also we can't let anybody play around with our voters and our voter system. But I have to tell you this, so important. But Russia was an excuse used by the Democrats when they lost the election. They said they lost the election. They sat in a room and they said, wow, we look bad. The morning after, in fact, it's been written about, I guess, in various books or a book. But they said, why did you lose the election? They said, it was Russia. Russia. It wasn't Russia. It was a bad candidate. It was a candidate that didn't go to Wisconsin and Michigan like they should have. It was a candidate that spent tremendously more money than I did, as you know, more than double, and didn't do well in Pennsylvania, this great state, didn't do well in Florida, didn't do well in North Carolina or South Carolina. I mean, lost Wisconsin for the first time in decades, lost Michigan. Now, with all of that being said, bad candidate, but they said Russia. Then they say, and it was Trump that colluded with Russia. I'm saying, I did? So look, here's the story, and I think it's so important. This was an excuse by the Democrats, and people got carried away. This was a terrible, and it's very bad for our country what's happened, because how to deal with Russia during this campaign? Forget it. Forget it. This was an excuse that was used by the Democrats. It was an excuse for losing an election that, frankly, they should have won, because winning the Electoral College is so easy for a Democrat. They start off with 3 major states, and to win the Electoral College for a Democrat, it's almost like a given. That's why people said, you cannot get to 270. Well, we got to 306, okay, because we won a lot of But I thought it was very sad when I saw this, because they're using excuses. And, one other thing I have to say, the Electoral College I never appreciated. I would rather have a popular vote. For me, it's easier because you go to different states. For me, the popular vote is easier. But the one thing about the Electoral College, it takes you around to states that you would not go to otherwise. So it's been a great thing. But I say this, we had an unbelievable, unprecedented election. I'm so proud of my people. I'm so proud of you. I did this show when a lot of people said, well, I did it a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I guess people are watching.
Only the second one that since you've been president, but I'm glad to have you.
No, but a lot of people, that's right. Maybe we won't do it anymore with them, right?
Hey, well, come on, help me out
we
here.
don't need it so much. But I will say this. You have been so great, and I'm very proud of you. And, I'm a ratings person. You notice I always thought, okay, has anyone seen his rating? What you are doing to your competition is incredible. Number one, and I'm very proud of you. And it's an honor to be on your show. I have to tell you that, Joe.
Mr. President, I remember one time we had an early conversation, and I'm going to end the interview on this. And this is how I've always felt. You said, well, I have all these things, and maybe you want to play golf on my course one day. You said this long before, we were friends before you ever ran for office. Right. And then when you ran, I just said, I only want one thing. Help our country. Sure. Let's help the forgotten men and women. Let's keep this country safe. And I think that's our prayer for you and the country. President of the United States.